What up, YouTube? It's your boy Josh, different in the building. You already know the slogan, I'm different, you different, we different. So as of lately, they've been cooking Dontay London for real. You already know. He's like the king of getting people to talk about him for real. But I made a video the other day in regards to it don't really matter if he lying or telling the truth because of social media. Those who choose to give him money, that's on you. Those who choose to believe him, that's on you. Whether he telling the truth or whether he lying, it's content. Watch it as if it's a TV show or whatever the case may be. People don't even watch TV no more. I turned that on 1 or 2 times since I moved here, and I've been here for like a year, right? But anyway, so a lot of people call him a narcissist. The reason why this is a perfect video for me to make is because I come from a narcissistic family system. I've dealt with multiple narcissists within my life. I even wrote a whole book. It's on Amazon, Definition of Perseverance, in regards to what narcissism really is. Now, don't get it twisted. People are just throwing that word around. They don't really know what it is. And people will call manipulators narcissists. They will call anybody narcissist. Some people will call people that they can't control a narcissist. So it's a lot of, you know what I'm saying, what they call them armchair psychologists and stuff like that. There's a lot of people speaking on the situation, but I don't know. Some people saying that he might have autism, he might be autistic. He might be autistic with narcissistic traits. You feel me? America is full of toxic people. I say it a billion times. What is it? 70 to 80% of people come from dysfunctional families. So he could have some narcissistic traits in this world. You feel me? From Pontiac, Michigan. A lot of the people in the inner cities are not self-aware to these type of things. So he's probably still operating out of trauma. He definitely is. If he jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship, how he has been. But I don't know. Based off of what I know about narcissists, how they have a social media and they delete their social media and they jump from relationship to relationship. Now that doesn't mean you're a narc, but just based off of what I've been hearing and how he moves, I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? Like how he made his Facebook to connect with women, and then he was meeting a lot of single mothers. And that one girl that he met, you know, she had a real bright spirit. He was making videos with her for a while, and then I think he deleted those videos. Some people were saying he privated them or whatever, but how do y'all know if he deleted or privated the videos if y'all not in his account? So you can't automatically assume that he privated them or deleted them. You know what I'm saying? But you know, everybody trying to paint their own narrative, so they'll twist up some little words in order to, which is also narcissistic as well. They'll twist up some little words to make him seem a certain way. He could be on the spectrum. He could be, you know, have autism and have some narcissistic traits, some unhealed trauma as well. But I'm not gonna lie, something that comes off very similar to how narcissists move is how they get into relationships and get married very fast, which he did, and then they post the pictures and the videos to make the ex mad, and also just how fast they do it. You feel what I'm saying? That's like definitely a red flag for sure. Like, and it's not per se what he did, it's how he did it. You feel what I'm saying? How they like, so, oh, we're getting married after 6 months, X, Y, and Z, and then her dad didn't want them to get married. You feel me? Because maybe her dad seen how he was or whatever. But who knows? It doesn't mean he is a narc per se, but it does raise red flags. Like, bro, what? But that is something that's something that narcs do. Who knows? We can't diagnose, bro, for real. But just from what I've been hearing, you know, I've been watching a couple videos in regards to his ex talking about how he was moving. You can't really listen to that either, because when people break up with people, they just say anything out their mouth a lot of times. Sometimes there's a lot of truth to it. Sometimes it's gray area. And sometimes people will put themselves in the victim role when really they were toxic. So you can't really say. But based on his patterns, I don't know, Dontay, it's not looking so good for you. I heard he was hitting people up too that he didn't like what they were saying in their videos. You feel? I'm not worried about that. I really don't care about that for real. Because I ain't got nothing to say bad about bro for real. Like, I really don't. I'm not just saying that because I'm like, oh, I want him to say nothing. I really don't care if he says something to me. But all I'm saying is, like, I'm just analyzing the situation for what it is. Like I said, in regards to like social media, I don't really care if he's telling the truth or lying. I'm not donating money to him. And I just watch it as if it's like how DDG was, or I just watch his content. I don't take it personal. You feel what I'm saying? I don't be like, yo, he probably lying about not having no money, or I'll be sitting there thinking like, it's kind of, I like the suspense. Like, I like watching things that are true stories, right? So I'll be like, I just sit here and tell myself, oh, this is true. This must be true. And if it is an interesting to watch. I don't indulge myself in that. Now, in regards to the fact that he is putting people in harm's way in regards to getting with these girls and then dodging them, and how it appears, and it seems like he's trying to use them to make content, and if they don't do what he want to do, then you feel what I'm saying, like, you can't force people to make content. I remember growing up trying to get like my brothers and sisters and the people around me to, you know, make content with me, and sometimes they did, but a lot of times they didn't want to, so I just do it myself. You feel me? Like, I even had partners that I was with that didn't like to make content, so I just did it by myself. You feel me? Now, in regards to Hannah, his girl being being in the I told you it's like a TV show, being in a hospital, and everybody was talking about how bro bung her nuggets. I don't know anything about type 1 diabetes and stuff like that, so I can't even really say nothing. But from what people were saying, you shouldn't bring somebody that junk food. Fast food in general is for the birds, for real. But you shouldn't bring people that junk food if they are type 1 diabetes. That's out of pocket. You feel me? But like I said, if he hypothetically is not as bad as people painting him to be, and if this is all cap, bro, really, I'm not gonna say he a genius, but like low key is smart, because a lot of people saying he's a genius, but low key it is smart, because it's hard to get in the algorithm. It's hard to get a lot of people talking about you on social media. You know how many people go online and they do outlandish stuff, they do backflips off of stuff, they go touch people, they crack jokes on people, they do rage bait content, they rage other people in public to go viral, and they might go viral in a little area. They might have a lot of comments, they might have a lot of people engaging with they post, but the fact that he got so many people talking and reacting, if this is cap, dang. And he's done this multiple times. When he first started, I think it was Dontay London and DoorDash, right? She's a delivery service. When they first started popping, they was talked about a lot together, right? And then they kind of faded out. And I remember people was making videos like, what happened to Dontay London, He kind of faded out. He wasn't as talked about and viral. And then I'm guessing he stopped getting the attention that he either craves or he wanted, kind of like Narcissist. Not saying he is one. So he was like, I gotta do something drastic. Or maybe his life is just falling down. Maybe he's not a narc. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe he, like I said, he just got a lot of trauma. He hasn't worked on it. Like I said, once again, it's nothing wrong with attention. Everybody that's responding to him wants attention as well. That's why they're talking about somebody that's popular. You feel what I'm saying? So that's another thing. I don't want people to jump out the window. I said this in my last video, actually. Jump out the window with these surface level descriptions of narcissism. Oh, people that want attention, a lot of celebrities, The reason why we speak on narcissistic abuse, the reason why we tell our stories, is not because people seek validation or people want to be popular. You can want that even if you not a narc. The reason why we speak on these things in regards to narcissism, it's not to throw the word around. It's because it's narcissistic abuse, and it's abuse. It's a different level of abuse, and the pain that it causes people. Like that girl that he probably dated, if he is one, that girl that he dated with the kids that seemed like a bright soul on camera and stuff like that, and all the people that he's hurt along the way, the people that will have emotional flashbacks and, you know, have to go to therapy, and there's layers and layers and layers when you deal with these type of individuals. They will really mess your head up. Literally, they say narcissistic abuse causes brain damage. So that's the reason why it's important to speak on it, or have awareness in regards to this, or even talk about whether he is one or not. It's not just to throw the word around and say, oh, people want attention, or People seek validation. Whether you a narc or not, you can seek validation. You can have anything else going on with you. What they say, narcissism is a personality disorder. You can have BPD and seek validation. You can have major depression. You can have bipolar. You could just be a regular person. You could be just somebody with trauma. So don't throw the word around, because if you don't know, then there's no point of just saying it. But I don't know, based off of what he's been doing. I'm not saying he's NPD, can't diagnose, bro. But based off of his patterns, he's moving like one. Going from relationship to relationship, deleting the Facebook, how he carries himself in his videos sometimes. Some of the things that I heard, but like I said, it's all speculation. It does make you wonder. Can't diagnose, bro. Like I said, I don't know him personally. I've never been around him, so I don't know if he's an abuser. But from the outside looking in, I can kind of see why now people are saying it. Because like I said, people throw that word around too much for content creators, celebrities. Everybody's a narcissist nowadays, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but in this situation, after like learning a little bit about the whole thing that's going on, I'm like, Dontay, you might want to... I mean, I don't think he cares. He's just trying to be talked about at this point. He's just trying to share his story. And also another reason why I'm like, is because like, if you watch those videos where he's like, all you gotta do is just lie and da 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 da, or whatever the case may be, right? Which I understand he was trying to give people game, but then once everything started to fall downhill, he went into like this victim mode. And I remember being friends with somebody like this too, and then the way he talks too is like, in his new videos, he talking like real like, yeah, you know, I know he's probably just trying to act, but like, I don't know. That's why it's so entertaining, but also it makes you wonder, like, we might be dealing with, you know what I'm saying, something different right here, you feel me? And his girlfriends, if they dealt with something different, you feel me, then I feel bad for them, because that's, you know, that's hard to deal with. You know, if you're dealing with that type of person, you know, he put these people in the limelight and then played in their face and then discarded them or getting rid of them and then bouncing on to the next girl, and now she's his next popular chick that he gonna be next to, and she's the wifey, and he got his family together, and he's making so much money on YouTube, ha ha ha, he, until she no longer serves for what he wants, and then he go like, that's out of pocket, bro. Narc or not, whether you NPD or narcissist, whatever the case may be, that's out of pocket, bro. Like, that's out of pocket. So on one end, nobody knows if he's a narc, but the way he moving is kind of like questionable. On the flip side, if he is one, I can't respect none of that, because I've been abused by them. I've dated them. I've been friends with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect none of that. I don't respect the abuse. I don't respect how he moving. If I found out that he really was one, you feel what I'm saying, I wouldn't even tap into the content, because I would watch all his stuff, you feel me? I just, every once in a while, when he really like in his bag, then I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna watch it. You feel me? I'm gonna watch it when he really going through something or whatever the case may be. And when it pop up, when it becomes popular, I don't just sit there and be like, oh, every Dontay London video. You feel me? But I'm not gonna lie, it is like, is bro one? Makes you wonder. Like I said, a lot of my content for the last couple of years has been talking about narcissistic abuse. Check out my book, Definition of Perseverance. And it's like, wow, these people are out of pocket if he is one. Narcs are out of pocket. So like I told y'all, stop going around calling people narcs because somebody want attention. Stop going around calling people narcs because you couldn't get them, you couldn't control them. Stop calling people narcs for these surface level reasons. These people are high level abusers. They will destroy your life. They will destroy your mindset. They will make you jaded. They will make it to where you don't want to date, to where you don't want to have kids. They can be your parent and cause siblings to go back and forth. They are damaging people. So stop calling people narcs. They do damage to people's lives on a deep level. So these surface level descriptions of, oh, this person's a narc, no, they're not. They're just annoying. They're just manipulative. They just seek validation. They just want attention. That does not make them a narcissist. But those who are, we don't respect that. We understand it because we learn about it, but we don't respect it at all. You feel me? Hell no. But It's your boy Josh different. I'm different. You different. We different. Can't diagnose, bro. But it is an interesting. I don't know what's going on here, but I'll catch y'all later.